Khurumzari. Hello everyone, I am Naina Laikangbam. Let's take a look at a simple and friendly conversation in Manipuri that revolves around self-introduction in a classroom setting. In this dialogue, a teacher interacts with two students, Langlen and Memcha, to learn their names and where they came from. This is the typical way beginners in Manipuri can learn how to introduce themselves and ask basic questions politely. Before we move on to the main dialogue, let's first take a look at some key vocabulary used in it to help us better understand the Manipuri language. I means I, that is first person singular pronoun. Nang means you, that is second person singular pronoun. Ma means he or she, that is third person singular pronoun. Aikoi means we, that is first person plural pronoun. And nakoi means you, that is second person plural pronoun. Makoi means they, that is third person plural pronoun. Kari means what or which, indicating things. Ming means name. Lam means place. Lyric means book. Kanna means well. Aurayu means study. Alright, let's go ahead and check out the conversation part. Shakhang Maikhang Naba, which means self-introduction. Langlen, Khurumzari Oza. Langlen, good morning madam. Oza, Khurumzari, Nangi naming kari kawi. Teacher, good morning, what is your name? Langlen, Oza, aigi iming Langlen kawi. Langlen, madam, my name is Langlen. Oza, Langlen, nang kari lamdagino. Teacher, Langlen, where are you from? Langlen, ay Wangkhay dagini Oza. Langlen, I'm from Wangkhay madam. Oza, Langlen, magi maming kari kawi. Teacher, Langlen, what is her name? Langlen, magi maming Memcha kawi Oza. Langlen, her name is Memcha madam. Oza, Memcha, nang kari lamdagino. Teacher, Memcha, where are you from? Memcha, Oza ay Uripok tagini. Memcha, madam, I am from Uripok. Oza, nakoy lari kanna aurayu. Teacher, you all do your study well. Langlen Memcha, Hoi Oza, aikoi kanna auraige. Langlen Memcha, yes madam, we will do study well. Oza, nakoi na makoi da suhayu. Teacher, you all tell it to them also. Alright, let's get back to the conversation and go through each sentence in the dialogue to understand it better. Alright, we are starting off with the first dialogue. This is where Langlen greets the teacher. Langlen, Khurumzari Oza, which means good morning madam. In this part, the word Khurumzari is used to greet a teacher in the morning. But actually, it's not limited to just the morning. You can use it in the afternoon, evening, or even at night, depending on the situation. Unlike English, Manipuri doesn't have separate greetings like good morning, good afternoon, or good night. This single word works across all times of a day, and anyone, regardless of gender or age, can use it whenever they meet someone wherever they are. The word Oza literally means teacher. But here's the thing, if the teacher is a woman, you would usually address her as madam. And if it's a man, then you would say sir. So even though the word itself is gender neutral, the way you address the teacher depends on whether they are male or female. Basically, it can refer to both. Next up is the second dialogue. Here, the teacher replies politely and goes on to ask some questions. Oza, Khurumzari, nangi naming kari kawi, which means good morning, what is your name? Here too, The teacher greets the students politely using the word kurumzari. Now let's break it down a bit. The word nang means you. That's our second person singular pronoun. Then there is the suffix gi, which shows possessions. So when you put them together as nangi, it means your. The word ming on its own means name. But there is also this prefix na attached to it, which again gives the meaning your name. Since nangi already comes before naming, it might seem a bit repetitive, and that's true. But this is actually a feature of pronominal agreement, which we will explore more later. In everyday conversation though, people usually skip the nangi part and just say naming for your name. Now, kari means what, and kawi is the verb call. To break them down, kau is the verb root for call, and e is a declarative ending. So, when you put it all together, it becomes good morning, what is your name? Now, in the third dialogue, Langlin goes ahead and introduces herself. Langlin, Oja, aigi iming Langlin kawi, which means, Madam, my name is Langlin. Here again, you will notice the phrase aigi iming. What's happening here is a pronominal agreement between the first person possessive pronoun aigi, which means my, and iming, which also starts with e, the first person prefix. The word ming means name, so together it gives the meaning my name. So when the students replies using this phrase, they are basically saying, Madam, my name is Langlin. Then in the fourth dialogue, the teacher asks Langlin about her address. Oza, Langlin, nang kari lamdagino, which means, Langlin, where are you from? Now, here is a new word we are seeing, lamdagino. It's made up of lam, meaning place, dagi, which marks from, that is like an ablative case, and no, a question marker. When you pair it with kari, meaning what or which, you get the full phrase kari lamdagino, basically asking from which place. And since nang means you, the teacher is asking Langlin, where are you from? Next, in the fifth part, Langlin responds, Langlin, ay Wangkhay dagini oza, which means I'm from Wangkhay, madam. Here, you are coming across the Manipuri suffix ni, which works like the English is, am, or are. Since Manipuri doesn't use verb forms that change with the subject or object, this little copula suffix ni helps link the subject to what's being said about it. So, the word Wangkhay dagini means is from Wangkhay. Put it all together and Langlin is saying, I'm from Wangkhay. Then, in the sixth part of their chat, the teacher asked Langlin about the other students in the classroom. Oza, Langlin, magi maming kari kawi, which means, Langlin, what is her name? So again, in the phrase magi maming, which means his name, you can notice the same agreement happening. The third person singular pronoun ma and the prefix ma on ming, that means name, match up. The teacher then asks Langlin, what's her name? Just a heads up, ma can actually mean both he or she depending on the context. And then in the seventh part, Langlin responds to the teacher. Langlin, magi maming memcha kawi oza, which means her name is memcha madam. I don't think this part needs much explanation. Everything's already had been covered. Magi maming means his name. Memcha kawi means call memcha. And oza is how you address the female teacher. So the sentence simply comes out as her name is Mamcha, madam. Now, in the eighth part of the conversation, the teacher asks Mamcha where she lives. Oza, Mamcha, nang kari lamdagino, which means, Mamcha, where are you from? Like I mentioned earlier, nang means you and kari lamdagino means from where. So, putting it all together, the teacher is simply asking, Mamcha, where are you from? Mamcha then responds to the teacher in the ninth part of their conversation, Mamcha, Oza, I Uripok tagini, which means, Madam, I am from Uripok. I mean, it's pretty clear here. I means I and Uripok tagini means I am from Uripok. So, Mamcha simply replies, Madam, I am from Uripok. Now, in the 10th part of the conversations, the teacher talks to the students. Oza, nakhoi lari kanna aurayu, which means you all do your study well. In this part, the teacher is basically saying you all study your books well. The word nakhoi means you all. That's the plural form of you. Lairik is the word for book. Then kanna means well, and it modifies the verb aurayu, which comes from aurai means study, and the suffix you makes it a command. So the whole sentence is a gentle instruction, study your book well everyone. Next, in the 10th part, both Langlin and Mamcha responds to the teacher together. Mamcha, Langlin, Hoi Oza, Aikhoi kanna auraige, which means, yes madam, we will do study well. So here, hoi means yes or okay, a simple way to agree. And aikhoi means we, the plural pronoun. Then you have auraige, where the suffix ge shows intentions. So it means something like intend to study. In this context, both Langlin and Mamcha are replying with a sense of responsibility for what's ahead, saying, yes madam, we will study well. And finally, in the 12th part, the teacher asks them to pass the message on to the other students as well. Oza, nakhoi na makhoi da suhayu, which means you all tell it to them also. So here, the word nakhoina means by you all. It's acting as the subject with na marking the agent. Then makhoidasu means to them also, where makhoi is they. The is the dative suffix showing who is receiving the action, and su adds the meaning of also. Put it all together and the teacher is basically saying, you all let them know too. And that brings us to the end of this short conversation. Through this exchange, we have seen how to ask and respond to questions like what is your name and where are you from in Manipuri. We have also picked up polite expressions used between students and teacher, along with encouraging phrases like do your study well. Conversations like this form the foundations of learning any language. And now you are one step closer to speaking Manipuri with confidence. Alright, that's all from my side for now. I hope you found something useful in today's class. Thanks a lot for listening.